He's going out there now. He's understanding, all right, there's some time to run. There's a time not to run. I hope he puts this together and, continues to get better. And if he does that, who's to say where his ceiling is? He might be better than, 5.
Right.
McNabb at this point in his career, I'm thinking Jalen Hurts at this point in his career and look at McNabb's point in his career at the same time, I think Hurts is better right now.
Welcome back to the show. Barrett Brooks Harry Mayes. And I did see some, we got to get through these quarterback rankings on NFL.com and find out where they have Jalen Hurts and see if Barrett agrees. But the other thing I wanted to get to was Jalen Hurts from yesterday. I'm seeing this on Philly.com. Of course, they're asking him about, playing Tampa again versus the first time. And then, of course, him returning to Raymond James Stadium, which is where his Alabama Crimson Tide got beat by Clemson in the national title game. Not that that means anything, but I guess they're just asking. It's the typical stuff you have to ask. But I wanted to find this quote in here from Jalen, and because he talks about his growth as a quarterback for the season. He says, "We just want to continue to do the things that got us here. As an offense, we've revolutionized and evolved in terms of who we are and our identity. I've said different things to ignite the growth." Wow, he's even talking like the coach. And he says early on, we were searching for who we were. And then he was pressed on, to see which areas like he's flourished the most. And Hurts said, quote, "I've improved in every aspect of the game," end quote. There it is. I agree. I agree.
Right. We've seen his progression as a quarterback, as a player. He's adapted. He had some injuries, so he had to adapt his game, and change his game up a little bit, and it actually helped him.
Right.
It made him go through his reads. He didn't just run.
Made him less reliant on running.
Exactly. So his growth as a quarterback, maybe, I'm not saying, just 1 or 2 games, he now, is a quarterback and he's a guru now. No, I'm just saying he's had to go out there and face obstacles. And every time he faced an obstacle, he conquered that obstacle. He's going out there now. He's understanding, all right, there's some time to run. There's a time not to run. I hope he puts this together and, continues to get better. And if he does that, who's to say where his ceiling is? He might be better than, 5. McNabb at this point in his career, I'm thinking Jalen Hurts at this point in his career and look at McNabb's point in his career at the same time, I think Hurts is better right now. Not to say he's going to be better than McNabb, but hey, like I say, in order to be great, you got to look and see who's great and try to pattern yourself and make yourself great.
Right. A couple of things on the stream here. Jason Nelson says, "I just looked him up. You know who made a couple of plays and had the second most tackles against Dallas? That Chachere guy, the cornerback or the safety."
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Remember I asked you about him the other day.
Right. I didn't know who the hell he was.
Yeah, I didn't either. Because when I was driving home from the pregame show and I was listening to the game on the radio and I heard Mike Quick say Chachere, and I'm like, who the hell is that?
Exactly.
He must have been one of them practice squad guys that was elevated or something at some point.
Was he from was he in that deal from the Arizona Cardinals?
No, that was the other guy. That was that. I'll pull up the roster here. That was a different guy. He played too, that guy.
Yeah, he did. Everybody played.
Yeah, I know. Everybody played. Except the third string quarterback. He was probably he was probably the only third stringer that didn't play.
Exactly. He shouldn't have played.
No. Although I tell you, I was not impressed by our man Minshew the other night.
I tried to tell everybody.
That was not good. I'm thinking that was Tate. Yeah, Tate Gowan is the guy you're thinking of. He was the guy that was acquired in the Zach Ertz trade. But this
guy's from San Jose State. Andre Chachere.
Yeah, San Jose State. He was actually with Indianapolis.
Wow, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's been with Indianapolis, Arizona, Detroit, Houston.
Evidently, he can play, man. Evidently, he can play. He hadn't been active too many games. He's only been active 1-2 times.
Well, the Dallas game and what other game?
Way back when he was in 2018, December 2018, he was active against Detroit. When he was in Detroit, he got activated when he was in Detroit.
Oh, wow. You can only get activated once for the Detroit Lions? I don't know about that, Barrett.
I hate to do it.
I hate to do it to Mr. Chachere. I don't know if he really can play.
All right.
All right. My glass is not half full for Mr. Chachere.
Right.
But going back to McNabb, since you brought him up, watching that Man in the Arena yesterday, the episode 3 had the Super Bowl against the Eagles. All of them, all the guys that they were interviewing, which was Vrabel, Bruschi, Brady, I think even Harrison got in there. They were all amazed. They were like, what are the Eagles doing? There was like 5.5 minutes left in the game, and they're down 10. And it was like, remember, the Eagles were just like really slow, deliberate. They weren't in any kind of hurry up mode.
Right.
And he said the whole sideline was talking about it. And we were talking about it in the huddle. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Every Eagle fan was saying the same freaking thing.
Exactly. I'm there saying the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. And it wasn't that everybody was talking about 5 throwing up or whatever?
Yeah, allegedly. I don't know. Honey Buns, I think, confirmed that one time. Didn't they call him Honey Buns, the center?
The center, yeah.
Yeah, I think he confirmed it at a later date.
No, didn't they have I think they had tape of it though, didn't they?
I don't know.
Allegedly, tape came up about it.
I don't know, but they were also amazed with Terrell Owens too.
Dude,
they just couldn't believe it.
What was it, 5 or 6 weeks?
I think it was a little long. It was a little longer than that, but it was a little long because he got hurt in I want to say early December or something, and this game was played in early February. But still, it was unbelievable. They were amazed at him, and they showed the video of T.O. just going off on the sideline. Give me the damn ball! He's freaking. He's like yelling at Big Red. Just throw me the ball. It was great,
bro. But can you imagine that? I mean, they said he was sleeping in hyperbaric chambers and everything, trying to come back. He said he did everything humanly possible.
I know.
And then they didn't want him to play.
Think about how ahead of his time he was.
Right.
Now this hyperbaric chamber, like everybody's got one.
Right.
You know? But T.O. was like, what the hell is he doing? That he's crazy.
Hey, did you see guys, in the NFL, when you retire, you get a certain amount of money put into this fund, and you can use this fund as a reimbursement fund. According to how many years you have is how much money they put into this fund.
Okay.
And they allocate the money to you like for medical reasons. Like if you go and you if you go get a hyperbaric chamber, it's like $80,000. You go get it, you'll get reimbursed the $80,000 back, or just as long as you don't exhaust the fund.
Okay.
Well, there were players that were going and saying they were getting stuff, and people were making them fake receipts up. Like they paid for it and giving it to them, and they were giving the money back to them.
No way.
Yes, they were giving the $80,000 for it, and they don't even have the hyperbaric chamber. Well, they were using medical stuff like that. Well, the running back that was he got drafted by the Denver Broncos, and then he went to Washington football.
Portis.
Yeah, Clinton Portis.
Yeah.
He went, I think he's got to serve some time or went to jail for it or something like that.
Oh, yeah?
Wow. Let me look it up. But
I know he's involved in
fake.
That. He was involved in that scam.
Fake receipts and stuff. I'm like, first of all, why would you do that? Number one. You know what I mean? Man. Why do that?
Yeah. Clinton Portis, that's the guy.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And people asking about Tate Gowan. If he's played, he played against Dallas and he played against Detroit. That's it.
Yep.
Those are the only 2 games. He's the guy that was involved in the Zach Ertz trade, but he hasn't done too much.
No, not much at all.
No. So
is he going? Is Clinton Portis going to jail?
He might. He's crazy too.
6-month prison sentence for fraud scheme.
Yeah.
After pleading guilty to his role in nationwide scheme with defrauds the NFL's healthcare benefits package.
He wasn't the only guy, though.
No, he wasn't.
There's other guys too.
He was sentenced to 6 months in prison.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
How about
crazy.
that? 6
months in prison. Wow. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It says Porterson, 40, was best known for his repeat. It says that he wrongfully obtained $100,000 for a machine he didn't even
for medical equipment that wasn't provided.
Yeah.
$100,000.
It said the NFL paid out $2.8 million of false reimbursement claims.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of guys, Robert McCune.
Tamrick Vanover, I remember him.
Oh, me too.
He was involved in it too.
Joe Horn,
Robert McCune, former
Carlos
linebacker.
Rogers.
Oh, wow. Carell Buckhalter.
Oh no,
he's in this.
Buck, come on, man.
Yeah,
I hate to do it to you.
Riche Caldwell. He was actually killed.
Wow.
Wow. Antoine Odom.
Wow.
Yeah, Buckhalter received a 10-month prison sentence in October.
Oh, he's in jail for 10 months?
See, Buck went away for 10 months.
Wow. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know. See?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Because Portis is the best player out of, so he was the one who gets the headline, obviously. But there was a bunch of other players in there.
I'm glad I'm not shiesty like that, bro.
Dude.
I'm glad I'm not shiesty like that.
Some of these guys just run out of money, man.
Well, I mean, of course, that means you got to go out and make money.
Yeah,
you got to get a job.
Go to work. Go to work.
You got to do a podcast. You got to do a show, something, man. You got to do something, man.
Do a YouTube show.
And see, that's the problem, man. Guys leave the NFL. Everybody thinks, they're just rich and they get. I know I nickel and dime the league. What I made in my 12-year NFL career is what guys make yearly now. You know what I'm saying? So I understood I couldn't play forever. So I made sure I went back to school. I got a degree. I made sure I worked as soon as I got out. You know what I'm saying? I started putting plans in motion.
Right.
A lot of these guys think they're going to play forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I mean, I had a guy, a good friend of mine, played cornerback with me in Pittsburgh. He signed a contract my last year there for $30 million.
Who was this?
I ain't gonna say his name, man.
$30 million? I'll find it.
He signed $30 million, man. He was a cornerback.
Yeah.
And then he ends up.
That's big money back then.
Yeah.
So this guy had to be pretty damn good.
A year and a half ago, he calls me and say, "Hey, man, let me borrow $5,000." And I'm looking like,
uh-oh.
What?
Instant
let me borrow
$5,000.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, dude, bro, some people ask for sugar, man. You want to borrow some sugar, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm cool with that.
Wow.
But, come on, man. Are you kidding me?
You ain't going to see that money back.
No, there's no way. There's no way. He played cornerback in
it wasn't Ike Taylor.
No, it wasn't Ike Taylor. It was 2004 he signed a contract for 2004. He signed a contract for $30 million, cornerback. 2004. And I was like, yo, dog, I can't do it, man. I can't do it.
So you didn't loan him the money?
No, no. I mean, I'm not just gonna be giving money away like that.
Deshae Townsend?
No, it wasn't Deshae. Deshae's a coach.
Is he?
Deshae's a coach. Yeah, he's coaching. He's doing very well.
Huh.
Very
well. Wow. Willie Williams? He was in 04.
Yeah, but no, not Willie. That's my frat brother. Now, Willie's doing very well. He's coaching also.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's coaching also.
What's Joey Porter doing?
Joey's coaching somewhere.
Is he?
Yeah, he was.
All these guys.
He was with the Steelers.
Except
he was with the Steelers. Yeah, exactly.
Coaching.
And I'm up here with you talking to you.
Instead of coaching. Right.
There's too much time in that, man. Way, way too much time, man.
You got to call Preston and see if we can get him on, and we'll try to get you a job over there.
Right there, we go.
An O-line assistant coach or something.
Where is he? He's in Arizona.
Who, Porter?
Yeah, I think he's in Arizona coaching.
Kimo von Oelhoffen. Boy, look at these names, man.
That was my boy, man. That was my boy. Yeah, man. Chemo was a different type of dude, man. You know, he's one of those guys. He's Polynesian, man. So everything's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, hey, you know, he loved life. Put it like that. He loved life.
Man, I don't remember this tight end. No, for Tooman.
Yeah, Jeremy Tooman. He went to Michigan. He was pretty good. He was our blocking tight end. Yeah, he was our blocking tight end. Jeremy Tooman. Toombs.
Wow. Man, I'll tell you, Hines Ward and Plexico Burris as your wide receivers. It's pretty good.
Randall L. too.
Oh, yeah. Right. He was the original Slash guy, right?
Yep. Yes, he was.
So, like, he was doing, like, Deebo Samuel's stuff long before Deebo Samuel.
Man, he could.
Wasn't he a quarterback in college at Indiana?
Yeah, he was a quarterback.
Yeah.
He was a quarterback. And when he told me, he said, hey, B. Brooks, come here for a minute, man. He said, hey, watch on this play, man. Watch how these guys come down, and you can hear him coming. Because he was a punt returner. He was a real good punt returner. And he said, I want you to, you talk about, being scared. I want you to listen to these guys that come down. Just one time, I want you to see what I go through. So I went down there, and I'm not saying anything. And all of a sudden, when the ball, boom, he kicked it. And all of a sudden, I'm looking, and I'm listening. And I can hear these linebackers, 250 pounds, hauling ass down. Yeah. And he said, you can hear. He said, you can hear him saying it. That's the first time I really realized what punt returners go through.
Oh, dude,
you can hear him, man. You can hear Pat. Pow. You can hear him.
Yeah, that's you know what? Why they do? What happens when you do that? Fair catch.
You're right.
Fair catch. I'd be like Ray Gore every time. Fair catch.
Right.
I got it.
He said, I'm scared. He said, man, I'm scared to death to be out here, man.
Dude, it's
and
crazy.
He said, that's why I stay alive, because I'm scared. He said, the moment I don't feel scared,
right,
is the day I stop playing the game. I stop playing punt returner, because those guys that aren't scared, that are fearless, are the ones that get messed up. They get their bells rocked.
Wow.
He said, I'm scared to get hit, so I run.
That's good advice. Jose Gonzalez on the stream says, talking about that Portis, I guess for free money, he goes, shit, why not? LOL.
For 6 months, 10 months? Wow.
Yeah. All right. Angry Al says, Harry, your GOAT said he's going to run that pass play that he dropped in the Super Bowl to shut up the Eagles fans. Is that enough bulletin board material to get the Eagles fired up? Did he really say that?
Yeah, he did. He said,
he was obviously joking.
He said, yeah, I know, but he said some of the lines of, yeah, so a defense, make sure you guys get ready for that.
Oh, okay. That's the other thing I'm learning through this. He is a major shit talker.
Yes.
Major.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like it.
No.
He doesn't do it. He doesn't do it openly, man.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't do it openly. He's slick with it. You know what I mean?
Right. And Vrabel said to him, because they had this play in where Vrabel would go in as a tight end and would, sort of just go out in a pattern, to like at the goal line. Like he pretend like he's blocking like a tight end, and then he'd just sort of find his way into the end zone. And they ran it once or twice, and Vrabel was like, basically, I'm open. And he'd go back to Brady like, dude, I'm open. He goes, you put your hands up one more time indicating you're open, I will never throw you the ball. That's what Vrabel said to him. He told me that. So
yeah, because he's saving it for a special time.
Exactly. And they did it in the Super Bowl.
Right. Could you believe that Super Bowl, man? That they came back to win that Super Bowl in Atlanta against Atlanta?
Down 28-3.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's got to be the worst feeling in the world for the guys to lose that Super Bowl.
As a franchise, especially a franchise that's never had one.
Exactly. And then, that's what Shanahan, I can't believe he just gave up calling plays or something. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But how do you just
I don't know how you
everything?
lose a lead like that with a quality team. It's just incredible.
In the second half, they scored all of them in the second half, man. Come on now. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember watching it.
Me too.
I thought it was over. I'm like, man, this is 28-3. I mean, I could see him coming back from 14-3, but I don't know about 28-3.
Can you imagine an in-game betting? How much money got lost?
Oh, my God. And that was before all that was legalized everywhere.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, can you imagine what you would have been able to get New England for at halftime?
Right.
Seriously.
No question.
That's crazy.
What is this? What is this right here? Tampa Bay signed John Ross. What? How did they sign him? His season's over with.
Well, you can do that if you're released. I think you can sign these guys, because there was a tackle or something that played for Green Bay, I want to say a year or so ago in the playoffs, that was on another team for the entire season. But once their season was over and he was released of his contract, he was able to sign.
How was that? How can you do that, man?
Well, you're not part of a roster, so you're
but
you're
they
available.
finished the year with somebody though.
Well, yeah, but it's the year's over for that guy.
Well, I'm not scared of him or anything.
No.
John Ross, he sucks. So I mean, I'm not worried about him. But damn,
is that true though? I'm not even seeing anything. He was with the Giants, right?
Yeah, he's with the Giants.
Yeah, and he was drafted by Cincinnati, I want to say, years ago.
Yep. He was from Washington.
He never did squat. He was just a fast guy.
That's all he was.
Yeah. Did they really sign him? See, that's the problem. You got to go to Twitter to find everything.
Right.
It's amazing.
I didn't know you could do that.
Because I just Googled him and then nothing comes up that he was signed, but maybe I'll do it on Twitter here. Yeah, I wouldn't be scared of him either, really.
No.
I mean,
even with playing with Brady.
Plus, Brady's not going to trust him.
No, exactly.
I mean, it's a big deal. Like you got to trust the guys. Yeah, I'm not seeing any of that. No, it's not coming up. It's not coming up here.
No, Xander says it's John Brown.
That receiver.
Yeah.
John Brown. Wasn't he with Arizona for a couple years?
Yep.
He's fast too.
Yep. I don't think he's with a squad then.
John Brown is like one of the most normal names. You Google John Brown, good luck.
Exactly.
I'm gonna see who was he with last. He played 4 games this year.
With who?
And he was with, it looks
Arizona?
like he was with 2 teams, Denver and Jacksonville.
Okay.
He played 2 games with both. Buccaneers signed veteran wide receiver John Brown to the practice squad. Okay. All right. Well, that's just, I wouldn't make anything of that, really.
That's double dipping.
He was with Buffalo, too.
Mm-hmm.
And Baltimore.
That's what I remember from Baltimore. When he left the Cardinals.
He had 72 catches with Buffalo, though, back in 2019 and scored 6 touchdowns. That was his last big year. So
he used to be a threat.
Yeah. He's 31 years old now. So I wouldn't make much of that. It's just a body.
Yep.
I mean, they need bodies. It would be better if they signed T.O. That would be awesome.
Oh, you're right about that.
Wouldn't you just love to see him out there in the uniform again, all ripped up and like cut off shirt?
Well, I was watching, Shannon had his podcast and he had T.O. on there and they asked T.O., he think he could come back and play. And he said, yeah. He said, look at me.
Yeah. Look at me.
What do you think? Look at me. He's been retired for 10 years.
I know.
10 years.
He's a freak, dude. He really is a freak.
Come on, man. But he didn't even do anything, the last year he was here.
Yeah. No, I know. But I just
look
love
at him.
having
He's a freak of nature, man.
I just love having him around. He's funny. He makes things interesting.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? All right, we'll take a short time out. We'll be back with more on the second hour of the middle here on a Thursday as we inch closer and closer to a playoff.